create teaching videos for the AveStud, the recommended app is Open Camera, known for its superior video quality, and it's freely available on the Play Store. You can see I have already installed the Open Camera app. Once installed, the app requires some settings. So click on the Open Camera app. Let's start with the permanent settings, which you need to do once. For that, click on the gear icon. Next up, we have the face detection feature, which automatically focuses on faces in your videos, ensuring they are clear and well exposed. So click on the toggle key of the face detection feature to turn it on. If you are only showing your face, then keep it on. Otherwise, it is recommended to keep it off. After that, we need to adjust some settings for the camera preview. So click on the camera preview option. Next, you will find the option Show Angle Line. Simply click on its checkbox to activate it. Activating the Show Angle Line option provides visual guides for better alignment. I'll explain how the Show Angle Line feature works when we discuss the on-screen settings. After scrolling down, you will see the option Show Battery, Show Time, and Show Free Memory. Click on their checkboxes to turn them on. Enabling Show Battery displays the battery status on your screen during video recording, helping you monitor your device power level. Enabling Show Time shows the current time on your screen while recording, helping you to keep track of time easily. And enabling Show Free Memory indicates the amount of available storage space on your device, ensuring that you don't run out of space while recording. Now leave rest of the settings as default. Don't make any changes to them. After that, go back and click on the video settings. Here you can see the video settings option. Click on it. In the video settings, the first option is video resolution. Click on it and select Full HD 1920 x 1080, 16:9 aspect ratio and 2.07 MP megapixels. This is the recommended resolution. If you choose a resolution higher than this, your file size will be larger and it will occupy more space on your device. After this, you will see the option Enable Digital Video Stabilization. Click on the toggle key of the Enable Digital Video Stabilization to turn it on. Next is video format. Click on the video format and select MPEG-4 H.264. Below that is the maximum duration of video. Click on it and select Unlimited. Next option is Restart Video after maximum duration. Click on the Restart Video after max duration and select Don't Restart. The following option is Maximum file size of video. Click on the maximum file size and select Device Default here. After that, you will see two options, Restart on maximum file size and Record audio. Keep both of these options turned on. Click on their toggle keys to turn them on. After that, there is an important option called Audio Source. Click on the audio source and select external mic if present. After clicking on external mic if present, the device will prioritize using an external microphone for audio input if one is connected. These settings ensure that audio recorded during video capture is sourced from an external microphone rather than the built-in microphone if available, thereby potentially improving audio quality. The polling option is audio channels. Click on the audio channels and select default here. After audio channels, you can see lock screen when recording video. Click on its toggle key to turn it on. After that, there are some debugging options such as video bitrate, video frame rate. Now click on the video bitrate and select 10 Mbps. And click on the video frame rate and select 30 here. After that, there are two more options, critical battery check and flash while recording video. Click on the toggle key of the critical battery check to turn it on. And leave flash while recording video off. We don't need to click on its toggle key. Now we are done with the one-time settings. Let's move on to the on-screen settings. Before starting video recording, it's important to adjust some on-screen settings. So get back. Here you can see the camera mode is enabled. Switch it to the video mode. When we were looking at the one-time settings, I told you that I would explain the function of show angle line feature when we discuss the on-screen settings. Now we are discussing the on-screen settings, so let's take a closer look at how show angle line feature works. Here you can see the angle lines are white in color. In this case, you need to adjust your camera until the angle lines turn green. If the angle lines are not green, it means your camera is not perfectly aligned and may be slightly tilted. Now the angle lines are green, so let's focus on exposure. Click on the exposure. When we click on the exposure, it becomes red in color. If you find the brightness too high or too low, simply adjust it by dragging. Moving left decreases it, while moving right increases it. It is recommended to set it around 0.7. Here I set it to 0.67, which is close to 0.7. Now the most important thing is to set the focus, or else whatever you write on your board, it will look blur. Before locking the focus, you need to click on the three dots to ensure that the focus is set to autofocus. If it is not set to autofocus, then simply click on the AF. And then on which area or object you want to focus, simply tap on it. And move your hand in front of the camera. You can see that the focus keeps changing. Adjust the brightness by moving your hand until you achieve a clearer image or display of your board. Once you have a clear image of your board, click on the three dots again. And click on the lock symbol to lock the focus. Also click on the exposure lock. Follow these steps for better video quality. Now we are also done with the on-screen settings. Before starting the video recording, adjust your phone brightness to 70 to 80%. And put your mobile on flight mode. so that you don't receive any calls during the video recording and your video remains undisturbed. Now let's look at the classroom lighting setup, because for shooting teaching videos, classroom lighting setup is also important. Classroom sizes can vary, so we will look at two lighting setup, one for a small classroom and other for a large classroom. Let's first focus on the small classroom lighting setup. Look at this diagram for better understanding. Here it is considered that the length of the wall on which your board is mounted is 10 feet, or it can be slightly more than 10 feet. Here we only focus on the length of the wall on which your board is mounted, not the length of the adjacent walls. Length of the adjacent walls can vary from classroom to classroom. Refer this diagram and let's consider if you stand facing the board. The wall on your left hand side is referred to as the left side wall. The wall on your right hand side is referred to as the right side wall. And the wall where the board is mounted is referred to as the front wall. In this diagram, you can see the lighting setup is very simple. You just need 323 watt tube lights. You need to position these tube lights in your classroom as shown in the given diagram. One tube light should be positioned 50 cm above the board on the front wall, while the tube lights on the right side wall and left side wall should be positioned 90 cm away from the front wall. Place your tripod on which you set your camera or phone 170 cm away from the board, as shown in this diagram. Also set your camera or phone at your eye level and look at your camera while teaching. It will create the impression of eye contact with your students. Now let's focus on the lighting setup for a large classroom. This is the diagram of lighting setup for a larger classroom. If length of the wall in your classroom where the board is mounted is more than 10 to 12 feet, then follow the lighting setup as shown in this diagram. Refer to this diagram and first locate the center of your board. Then, from the center of your board, measure 127 cm on both sides. Position two tube lights on the ceiling of your classroom so that the horizontal distance between each tube light and the center of your board is 127 cm. Ensure each tube light is also 90 cm away from the front wall, similar to the setup in the small classroom. Also position these two tube lights such that they face each other and are not directed towards the floor of your classroom. Additionally, position a 23 watt tube light on the front wall 50 cm above the board and set your camera or phone on a tripod 170 cm away from the board, as shown in this diagram. As you can see, the board size here is 6 by 4 feet. However, in some larger classroom, the board can be very long. If you also have such a long board and you don't use the entire board for teaching, but only a part of it, then measure 6 by 4 feet from where you start writing on the board and set up the lighting for that area of the board as shown in this diagram. If you use the entire board while teaching, in this case, add one more tube light on the ceiling at a suitable distance. The lighting setup we discuss is only for the area around the board. If your classroom is larger, you may need to install additional lights according to the length of your classroom. So take care of it. Thank you.